Amazing to be in front here. We represent so many variables on this beautiful weekend of Marines collated with family members who come from multi-gender homes. And I say multi-gender homes because the wars on the inside of why we fly, from the systems of the tents, from the reason of the cry, is much like the symphony of the troops from before, with the intro of music, and this is more. From the 22 killed soldier back draft 21, it's like the simple, and this is the thun. From the mother that did not have a reason, and this is our day, more representation to music to save the day. So the OM of music, MUSC, with intro skirt of the United States Marine Corps, flipping it around and using it as an innovative acronym. So that would be Mechanics United Solving Crisis. So I think it's really, really admirable to know that there's so many individuals in this room who are coming forth at different representations of how they've served, whether it was overseas in the front line, or IT representatives, or students that are recently going in to their apprentice center and figuring out how am I going to be able to support my country. There might be someone in a placement of a hierarchy or of a democratic, you know what, sometimes he sounds like an accent, he has crabs, but that's a different aspect. But a democratic and Republican nation, and it's really, really admirable to know that we're fighting the utmost ability on our issues of veteran crisis prevention and suicide awareness. Currently, we lose 140 veterans a week to suicide. That's 27. And one of the interventions and interways that I've been putting forth advocacy with the local fire departments and firefighters, along with police officers, we combat to put together events, Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks stands for Minorities Representing Soldiers, where we provide a meal along with intervention measures of on-site counselors providing any intervention means if someone needs to speak to someone one-on-one, and really giving back that ability to know that through addiction and through the 53,000 overdoses that happen a year of fentanyl, we can come back to stand tall. And another great organization that's going to be down in New York City, I'm going to make my way down there on Thanksgiving to do some volunteer work, is Walking Tall. And there's an individual named Felicia. She runs a Tribune and a recent traveling vagabundo, if you will. She's giving individuals in street team empowerment to individuals who need haircuts along with hot showers in local park areas. So I'm going to be meeting with her on November 25th, and any day that I have to be able to come back from just knowing that nothing can break you at a time from before. And I know many of the variables, we come in this door and we don't know all of our stories, and any representation for loved ones that carry in full, from chronic illness to representation of someone who may not ever have the message to stand tall, but we really focus on veteran crisis prevention, suicide awareness, and bullying intervention, because no one has the representation to feel like a day from today should make the impact of a day from the bay. So I know it's really great to hear that 22 kills here. 22 kill challenge is something that I'm always out of and above. I like to do between 200 and 300 push-ups a day. Anytime I see the number 22 on a local car driving by, I know right now they're also doing the truckers running for 22, so I think that started from November 4th to 14th. And so if you see a trucker driving by, you drop down and get 22. Any inspiration for if you see two continuous Roman numerals on the time clock of the day, so that's why I do my 22 push-ups as well. And it just feels really right, it feels really justice, because you know, we come through not maybe seeing always eye to eye on different specs of the clothes of the side, and everyone has differentiated voices and opinions, but we definitely want to say we're here for your call and we're here to be prominent against the brawl, because the war doesn't just stop when these soldiers return home. We have to make sure that we're intervening and intermising for intervention means way above the wall. And throughout New England, I think that's the beauty of those 13 colors in our American flag. Those 13 colors represent the blood, they represent the strength, they represent the observation for the rebels of why we are the tank. We are a metropolis collated force to be, from NYC to Pawtucket to PA to B. And as soon as we come forth and represent more of these variables and more of these conversations, and I know these conversations are able to be possible with the choice of us to choose sobriety in our life on a conscious basis, you know. It's okay to have your recreational use here and there, but one of the battles we're facing right now is that there are so many soldiers, and we want to say our soldiers, but they feel also that they're not getting enough recreational support. I know I met with Paul Santilli of the U.S. Air Force down in Warwick, Rhode Island at 2038 Warwick Avenue, and the VA there, and I met with him several times, and you know, he's a great individual. He was telling me about how 1 in 5 individuals in the Air Force, that's 20%, are struggling with substance abuse issues, and they're getting their petty cash and food stamps. And I think that is outlandish. It's not fair. If these guys want to do sports recreational rehabilitation programs, they should have the back of the city and the state. If we're able to put up all these differentiations of high-rises and buildings and luxury dispenses for all of our community members, we should just make sure that we're putting forward our voice, because it's not even like the veteran community is asking for an excess amount of luxuries. They're just asking to be heard. They don't want to walk into the VA and be put on a will call line and as if they're a queue. They're on a queue when you go pick up your turkey at the restaurant. They're on a queue to make it say like, when's the next car coming, Mr. Concierge? They're a person, they're a heart. And individuals drive by these chiefs constantly, and you see a corner of a glance of a man, I see a representation of a heart and a Dan. I see a name, I see a hope, I see an oath. And I think that more and more apprenticeships and more developing with our local officers have to make conscious efforts to make tactical operations move forth as we develop all of the collating sessions to be. Because it comes down to, as I outlined before, music. Taking that acronym and flipping it around, like the words of Iser, finding the symplectic mathematician use for several different variables to make it a combination as one, also known as a hat trick. OHT, Operation Hat Trick, is a very, very admirable brand that a mother over in New Hampshire had heard a commercial about two fallen Navy SEALs brothers, and they started manufacturing the OHT brand in Fort Yankee Place, over where the Red Sox play. If you see the OHT place, along with the barbed wire coming along, the retail apprenticeships on the hats, that goes to mark those two brothers. And I think that's really, really admirable because, the more sports individuals are stepping up with the delivery of how our nation, how our soldiers, and how our reserves are treated, we can see this suicide rate diminishing. I would love to see New England's suicide rate in the next 10 years be 0 for veterans. I want to see all those individuals who had never had that bully, whoever had that chance, whoever had that dance, who didn't have the observation to give a service at advance. Because there are several different variables in this presentation now, but today we're priding ourselves on the ones who have served, the Marines that did with their semper, the fives of why we always provide. Every aerial force of the Blue Angels and more, the National Guard to this store we be, because the Coast Guard introductions from the back of we were a post on 72, and I'm proud to serve you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gino.
Thank you.
That's it for the presentation. I want to give you two stories from over the summer. One's going to be a little bit comical, so we'll hold that to the end. We just about all served, right? Is there probably one or two people that haven't served here? And it's about brotherhood, or brother or sisterhood. It doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter religion. It doesn't matter what your sex is. You're out on the road, you're out in the field, you each have to have each other's back. Over the summer, as we were traveling cross country, we were out somewhere in, where was it, Millbank, South Dakota.
North Dakota.
What's that?
That was North Dakota, wasn't it?
Millbank, South Dakota.
I think
Right
the
on the border.
state's messed up, though.
South Dakota. I'm going to kill you. Why do I do things? I'm visiting with another Marine that's lost his job. Had a lot of things going on. My phone rings. Usually the guy that was calling me will send me a text with an insult before he asks for something. So when I saw his name pop up, Darren Bean from Warrior Thunder Foundation, I knew it had to be something really important. So he was like, hey, how far are you from Lincoln, Nebraska? Lincoln, Nebraska? I don't even think, it might be on the other side of the country, I don't know. Hold on, let me look. 300 miles. Oh, okay. Well, I was hoping you were going to be close. Like, what do you have in Lincoln, Nebraska? We have a vet, a couple of combat tours over in Iraq, tried to commit suicide a year ago and failed. So he's in hospice care, trying to rehabilitate him. And none of his unit's afraid to go see him pretty much. It's like, okay, just give me an address, I'm going to go down there. He's like, you're going to go 300 miles out of your way to go see this guy that you don't even know. Like, you're my brother, right? He's like, yeah. Well, if I called you and asked you for something, what would you do? He's like, I'd drop in and come and get you. Or come and help you, do whatever I need, whatever you need. I'm like, so how am I going to tell you no? 6 hours out of my day is nothing compared to all the miles we did and how many times I've had to pick up the phone and ask you. So I went down, took care of it. Went and spent some time with him. When a brother calls, answer the phone, because you don't know if it's going to be something simple, just a joke, something bad is going on. You never know. Even if you can't talk, just take 2 seconds to say, I can't talk right now, can I give you a call back? Just to let them know that, you know, they mean something to you. In the field, everybody meant something to you. Everybody had each other's back. And we have to make sure now that everybody's coming back, that they know we all still have their back. I don't care if you served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Panama, OIF, OEF, it doesn't matter. We're all brothers and sisters. So, and if you're out in Dunkin' Donuts and you see a guy wearing a Marine Corps hat, because, you know, every Marine has to wear a Marine Corps hat, go say hello. Go say hello. You don't know what difference you're going to make in their life. And this is what we're trying to do, is make sure everybody knows. We're trying to get the word out there. Come on in, Beverly, who's always late. Let's see.
I just got that always late part.
Well, Beverly, you kind of are.
There's too many guys trying to self-medicate and hide and afraid to come out and say they have problems. Make sure they understand. If they can't talk to you, if they don't feel comfortable talking to you, there's a whole room full of people here. Point them in a direction. Because sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger that's not going to judge you. All right, I'm going to get off that pulpit. Going back to everybody, it doesn't matter what color, race, religion you are. We're down in Paris, Tennessee. We just finished the event down there. And our guy down there, Chuck Asher, who's a Marine. Will's laughing because he already knows where this is going. He's like, Will, we're going to go find a restaurant from your people. And Will says, okay, if you find a restaurant for my people, I'll pay. He's like, well, there's a Mexican restaurant right down the street. He's like, I'm Puerto Rican. You'll pay. Well, folks, I don't have anything else.
I got one.
Good.
Okay. Now, if you guys missed it, cue up the video that Chuck did. And let me have my phone, man. This is all right. What's great about social media is that, you know, if you have your brothers and sisters or friends or family all over the country, you can be like within seconds of them. So to cue up this good joke,
Oh, yeah.
we must shoot this video. What happened was, when we arrived at the Mexican restaurant, these two have been teasing me from, I mean, we're in what? Tennessee. They've been ribbing me. I got nothing.
You're easy to rip.
I'm easy. Oh, hold on. Pause. I wasn't even kidding. Alright. So I thought of a joke against Will. Because Will is wearing his camouflage utilities back in the day, and he's got his spit shine boots on. He looks sharp. And I'm like, these sons of a bitches. And I got it. So we arrived at the Mexican restaurant. I bust out the joke, and then Chuck, his buddy, makes this video. And it's dedicated to Will.
You haven't finished the joke, though, man.
No, the joke's coming later. This is just a warm-up to the joke. Rocco working with Zoe, and Will is Poncherello. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Now, one of my brothers in the Marine Corps, this is the punchline now 6 months later. I'll have to show it to you. He got